G'day guys, it's DDU here. Welcome to the collection room, and this is going to be the collection video. So, is this the largest Godzilla collection in all of Australia? I don't know. Personally, I like to think yes it is, and until I have been proven otherwise, I will continue by that statement. So, as you can see, with this quick 360 of the room, we have a lot to cover today. So this is all going to be handheld, and it's all just going to be free recording. So there's probably going to be some mistakes on my end, there's going to be some shaky cam, there's going to be some audio issues, and there's definitely going to be some incorrect information. So what we're going to do, because this room is essentially a 360 of Godzilla figures, and I'm not really going to be able to get them all out and showcase them all off in one go, we're actually going to start over here on the right hand side of the room with the articulated figures and custom figures, before then moving on either to the left side of the room with some of the Bandai vinyls, and then tackling this final sort of block here with the rest of the Bandai vinyls, which are in these three tubs here. There's also some Playmates figures in that fourth box, and just some random miscellaneous stuff here. So without further ado, we'll start the collection video right now. Okay, so starting on the right hand side of the room, on the topmost shelf, we will move from left to right, starting with the SH Monster Arts Special Color Version Biollante. Now, naming all of these figures here is definitely going to take its toll on me. I have so many figures that it's just going to destroy my voice, so we probably won't actually name them all. I'll just give you a little pan, and perhaps we can maybe just sort of highlight some interesting figures that we see here, and just some interesting display setups. So as you can see, I have both versions of Mecha King Ghidorah here. Got the sort of Mothra setup going on here. A couple versions of the SH Monster Arts Mecha Godzilla from the Heisei series. A couple of Fire Rodans back there. Moving on, here's we've got the poster version. Space Godzilla sort of set up here. Here we've got the Mogira setup. Just a couple of Mogira figures with the Doc Sally version there and the original. And then ending the Heisei version, the Heisei shelf, sorry, with the Godzilla vs. Destroyer sort of display. So I do have the Comic-Con Meltdown Godzilla there. The original Burning Godzilla, which is the best figure, the better, sorry, of the two that SH Monster Arts has done, in my opinion. We have the Destroyer Evolution set and the original Destroyer there. So that's it, that's the Heisei shelf. Pretty much most of, if not all of the Heisei Godzilla figures are represented here, at least in one figure or another. So that's the Heisei shelf. Now we will take one drop down to the Monsterverse here. So the Monsterverse shelf is second below, just because there's also so many figures here that I have. I do like the Monsterverse, despite what I may lead on in some of my posts on Instagram. So we have the Higher Toys Muto, all three of the SH Monster Arts 2014 Godzillas. Two of them have custom heads there, with the Skull Island Kong, Skullcrawler. Couple of Godzillas here from King of the Monsters. Also got the Higher Toys Mothra and the Higher Toys Rodan sitting back there. Moving on here, we do have the Blue Godzilla, again with a custom head. I can't actually remember its official name. Higher Toys King Ghidorah, one of the most overrated figures I have ever had the mispleasure of playing with. I'll maybe do a video on that one day. Here we have another SH Monster Arts 2019 Godzilla and the SH Monster Arts Kong, sort of giving them their own little display there, so I think that looks pretty cool. The original Higher Toys Godzilla back there. Moving on here, we have the newer Higher Toys Godzilla. Another Godzilla vs. Kong sort of image display here, looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, Mechagodzilla in the background, custom Mechagodzilla figure, sort of breaks the illusion of that, but it's a very nice figure. the re-evolved, pre-evolved higher Godzilla back there. And then the newly released Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire SH Monster Arts Kong, and Godzilla there, both of them with their own custom heads. In fact, Kong has a large selection of custom heads here that I did paint up. So what we'll do now is we'll probably just drop straight down. So this is the, I guess you could call it the Reiwa shelf. It's got some of the anime trilogy stuff there, so both anime Godzillas, some singular point stuff there with a custom Rodan. Big old Shin Godzilla display here with the original Shin Godzilla from Monster Arts, the Awakening version, Frozen version. There's even a custom 5th form Shin Godzilla there. A video on him I will make at some point. Moving over, we have arguably my favorite shelf here. That is the Mecha Godzilla shelf, the Kiryu shelf, if the camera would focus. So here we have a bunch of SH Monster Arts Mecha Godzillas, or Kiryus, with the Soul of Chogokin on the left there, next to the custom DD Universe Mecha Godzilla. And then here is I think it's the Aoshima model kit that I've painted up. And then sitting next to that is also the Chibi Mecha Godzilla model kit. And then back there you have your 2002 Godzilla, if the camera would focus. The, I forget the name of this particular unit. Skeletal sort of Godzilla there, nice companion piece. Over this side, also have the model kit Godzilla there that I haven't painted up, but I'll do that eventually, I hope, if the camera would focus. Nope, that's all right. Moving on, we have a custom SH Monster Arts 2003 Godzilla here. One of my earlier customs, so a little rough around the edges. Moving over this side, this is more or less a bit of just a miscellaneous shelf with just some random figures on it. We've got both versions of Gigan there. We've got Monster X. We have Final Wars Godzilla by Monster Arts. We have -1 Godzilla by Monster Arts, both of them with their own custom heads. And then back here we have both variations of the GMK Godzilla and the G2K Godzilla. So we have the original there and the poster one up there, and then the original GMK Godzilla here and the Hito one up there. So what I'll do now is I will cut back. So that was a quick look at this shelf. I'll cut back and then I'll do the bottom two shelves here, just because I'm going to have to get on the floor to film those. But that's a quick overview of, I guess, the main sort of two SH Monster Arts displays that I have here. Everything else is more or less miscellaneous action figures and articulated figures below, so we'll quickly do those right now. So this shelf here is more or less just random mecha and the occasional Kamen Rider and Revoltech Gamera figure that I've got going on. So you can see some Pacific Rim figures just here on the left, and you've got some Gundams in the middle there. These are all figures, so not model kits on this shelf here, but this is just a random miscellaneous shelf again that I have those on. Moving over here, we have some more Gamera figures. So we've got the original release SH Monster Arts 1999 Gamera. We've also got the anime Gamera in the back there, along with really expensive figure there, Iris. Definitely looks very cool. We have the Neon Genesis Evangelion Eva Godzilla here, definitely a very nice figure. And that figure looks to be combating the Ryobot Shiryu here, a very nice sort of, again, concept figure, one of my favorites in the collection. To the left of that, you have what I could only describe as the Showa shelf, not really in timeline order. Got the Revoltech Mothra down there, Revoltech Rodan, Revoltech Gigan. You can also see there is the Revoltech Baragon, the Revoltech Mogira in the background there. SH Monster Arts Godzilla right there. We've got Jet Jaguar, one of my favorite characters. We've got the SH Monster Arts Gigan in the background there, along with Hedorah's flight form. The original SH Monster Arts 74 Mecha Godzilla here. And then really reaching over, you can see we've got the SH Monster Arts Hedorah, if the camera would focus. Next to that guy, we have the 64 Godzilla, the 54 Godzilla. And then right up in the back, tucked away here, really far out of reach, we have the 62 Godzilla. So this whole shelf is very hard to get to just because it's next to the setup. Now below that, we have a lot of my custom figures. So there's the DD Universe Rodan, right there, right in your face. Got a couple of other custom figures just sort of sitting in the back there. I might make videos on those at some point. Definitely gonna have to make a video on this guy, the custom NES Godzilla that I made. There's the DD Universe Gigan. This camera would focus on him, maybe not. Custom Ultraman there. Got the DD Universe Godzilla right here next to Jet and Jaguar right in your face. There's Megalon. There's a custom Ebira figure right here, which I'll have to get to at some point. And then tucked away back there, there's another custom DD Universe figure that I'll get to at some point. Here we've got the Ultraman shelf. So just a bunch of figure arts Ultramans there. You got Boltan, Gamora. Bunch of Ultramen in the front here. Moving on, you got Seven, you've got Tiga, Dinah, I believe, Gaia, Mebius. So a bunch of just Ultramen here, a bunch of Ultramen, Kaiju, Kaijin, what have you, all on this shelf. Mostly Showa stuff, I believe, maybe a little bit of Heisei. Got Red King all the way back there. And then following that, got the final shelf on the bottom here. A bunch of Shin Ultraman stuff. So I think I ended up buying every new figure arts Shin Ultraman that came out. I've also got some Ultraman Blazar stuff here, just because I was a big fan of Ultraman Blazar. Got Shin Zeton right in the middle there. And then we've got a custom Shin Gomez. So a video on this guy will be happening soon, I hope. And then the Netflix Ultraman sort of characters right at the bottom here, all sort of tucked away. So that's the bottom two shelves there, just sort of miscellaneous stuff. We'll do another quick pan there. And you can see a lot of it's all sort of tucked away in that back corner, right next to the studio. So what we'll do now is we'll move on to another part of the collection. Alright, we'll start this the same way we did on the other side of the room, moving from left to right, with this topmost shelf, which is just full of King Ghidorah figures. So we've got some cool highlights here, like the Evangelion Eva Ghidorah, I believe is the fan name for that one. Grand King Ghidorah in the back there, Desk Ghidorah with his wings on backwards to save some space. The old Bandai Ghidorah there, Kaiser Ghidorah. So this whole shelf here is just miscellaneous Bandai vinyls of King Ghidorah. Moving on to the right, we have the start of the Kiryu Bandai vinyls. Now I am proud to admit that I have every single mainline series Kiryu vinyl, so that's every Kiryu from the 6 to 8 inch line in my collection so far. I'm a big fan of Kiryu, as you can see. So that's just the first topmost shelf. The second one here, I've got all the black Kiryus, a little dusty, but here we go. Link Science one in the back there somewhere. Newly released Godzilla 2002, some of the smaller Kiryus. And then up here we have all 4 releases of the crossover Evangelion Kiryus, so those are very nice. So that whole top shelf, the whole thing is just dedicated to 2 characters, which is Ghidorah and Kiryu. Now, moving just below that, we have a couple of miscellaneous figures here, like the Monster King -1, a couple of 2002 Godzillas in box there. We have some more miscellaneous stuff, some Godzilla store exclusives like Hedorah, Retro Colors Gigan and Jet Jaguar, Megalon. The old Gotengo in the back there, a couple of Chogokin figures there, Gigan and Kiryu. Mechagodzilla just here, you have Gigan Rex and the Gemstone Godzilla right here. And then moving on the right hand side, we have the Godzilla 50th Anniversary Memorial Box. So I am one of the few lucky people to own this box set. got it for a pretty good price, and I'm happy I did. So all of the figures here, from left to right, just on this top shelf. So I think we have the first 10 or so. Do have the cards sitting in the back there as well. And then dropping below, we have the rest of the box set. So you've got, 75 Godzilla, Black Mechagodzilla, Godzilla 84. I know everyone loved that from the box originally. And just the rest of the figures there. And then directly below that, we have the Toys Dream Project set of figures. So I also have every Toys Dream Project set. So we have the Meltdown Godzilla in the back there. We have the 55 Godzilla and the 55 Anguirus. Their box is up in the cupboard there. The Toys Dream Project Mechagodzilla and Godzilla back there. So again, every Mechagodzilla. The Toys Dream Project 75 Godzilla and Titanosaurus. That was one of my first Holy Grails that I got, which was very nice. Next to that, we have the Singular Point Blu-ray exclusive Godzilla, along with the Blu-ray, the Godzilla vs. Kong special figures set there as well. Back up above there, we have some just highlighted 8-inch figures that I didn't really know what to do with. The Big DX Godzilla 2003. So just these 8-inch figures just sort of sitting out in the collection there. Moving on, directly left of those, we have some more sort of exclusive Bandai vinyls here. I'm not sure where all of these come from. I can't remember the names of them for the life of me. I just have so many. Some -1 there. A couple of cool orange figures here. And then right below that, we've got the Master Detail Movie Monster Series Mechagodzilla. A couple other Godzilla Store exclusives just sitting there. The Godzilla Store exclusive Final Wars Godzilla right there as well. And then on this bottom shelf here, we have a bunch of Godzilla comics. And then the Blu-ray and DVD collection. So in those two Blu-rays there is the whole Showa Criteria collection there. Moving on to the to the right of that, we have the Bam Presto set of figures. So we've got, if the camera would focus, we've got Godzilla and Kiryu here. Also have Gigan and the Final Wars Godzilla. Again, all just Bam Presto, and I've got the boxes of those in the back. And then right on the bottom shelf here, we have the Gamera Memorial Box. All of the figures from the Gamera Memorial Box are sitting right here as well. So that's pretty much the entirety of the left side of the room. A lot of Bandai vinyls, but not all of my Bandai vinyls. So these are just the ones that I choose to display. A lot of the more lucrative, sought after, rarer figures here. But the rest of the Bandai vinyls are in these 3 tubs here. So they're not gonna take themselves out. Let's get to it. Alright, quickly taking a look at this miscellaneous mess of just random figures and random boxes. We'll get this out of the way, and then that way we can move on to all of the Bandai vinyls. So we have some new release Godzilla Kong the New Empire stuff here. So here's the Mega Heat Ray Godzilla. That came out a fair while ago actually in Australia here, so I was very lucky to find that when I did a couple months ago. It's just a big evolved Godzilla there. There's the Mega Punching Kong. There's a Godzilla King of the Monsters Jack specific playset there. Bunch of DVDs. These are actually really cool, these 4 box sets here with all 4 of them. You get pretty much the entire discography of like the Godzilla series minus a couple of movies. Some more movies and stuff I have just sort of sitting around here. You can sort of see King Kong vs Godzilla, Godzilla Final Wars. Some more Godzilla Kong the New Empire stuff. Just sort of sprawling around there. Playmates, NECA Godzilla figure there. Trendmasters there. So most of this is all just here because I have nowhere else to put it. So most of it actually used to be in a storage unit that I no longer keep there just because it was unsafe to do so. So we'll get that out of the way, and then that way we can tackle these 3 tubs here and take a look at the Bandai vinyls. Okay guys, so as you can see, I've taken the lids off of the 3 tubs here. The 4th tub actually has just a bunch of Playmates figures in it, so we might go over that last if I remember. What I'll do is I'll just take a bunch of figures out of a tub at a time, lay them on the 2 tub lids here, and then we'll just go over them that way. So that way I'm not just digging through the tubs and spending an hour doing that as we go. So there'll just be lots of little cuts, and I'll just highlight a bunch of the figures as we get to them. Alright, that turned out to be a lot more of a process than I thought it would be. So, as you can see, I have partially emptied 1 tub. I was only able to empty one of 3. So, yeah, this is more figures than I imagined I had, actually. A bunch of these I sort of forgot about. So we'll start just in here. I'm not going to name them all because this is going to take forever. There's a custom Jet Jaguar there. Just a bunch that I didn't end up taking out of this tub. A bunch of random Movie Monster series and other smaller sort of figures. And then over this side, we've got a bunch of old Movie Monster series figures with their tags. A couple of new releases in here as well. That Titanosaurus I actually got for I think like 23 Australian dollars. That was an insane steal when I found that. Some Shin Godzilla stuff. The old 73 Godzilla there. Most of these have tags, some of them do not. The big, very dusty Monster King series Shin Godzilla right there. I think it's a Bandai Museum Godzilla of some kind. Up here, I got the Gashapon 2014 Godzilla and the female Muto to go along with it. Just some more figures here. Again, just a mix of new release and old release. I used to have these all sorted, but again, after I moved, I just had so many that I just had to dump them all into the tubs where they would fit. Some old Gamera figures, Orga there, Sound Battler Orga here, another Godzilla Store exclusive 64 there, Megaguirus, a couple of Baragons, a couple other just sort of random assortments of figures here, some old, some new, some vintage. There's an Ebira there. Again, this is just 1 tub. This is 1 tub of 3 that I'm going to have to go over. So, let's move on. Alright, round 2. That one wasn't as bad as the first one. So I've just taken a couple of figures out here, and we've got them just sitting on the floor. We've got some vintage figures here, like that 64 Godzilla and Hedorah, Mephiles and Zeton from the Ultra series, the old Mechagodzilla there. Up on this side here, just some more miscellaneous figures, some old, some new, some customs it looks like. Giras there with tag, that's a very nice figure. YMSF's Zilla there as well. Just a bunch of figures that I left in the box there, mainly some Ultraman stuff. And then over here again, just a sort of a mix of Gamera, Godzilla, a little bit of Ultraman, some old figures, some new figures, just a whole bunch of stuff. A couple of Godzilla Store exclusives again at the back there. 2 Mechagodzillas here. So again, these used to be sorted, but I've just got so many that they just go into whatever tub that they can fit in now. So let's move on to the 3rd and probable final tub of today's video. And that final tub on the left is done, guys, and what an amazing tub it turned out to be. So this tub here actually contained pretty much all of my YMSF figures. So we've got Gorosaurus here, we've got Megalon in the front there, what YMSF themselves called Rodan Man sitting right there in the front. We've also got, I believe, what they called Megalon Man in the back there as well. Just a bunch of other YMSF figures here, guys. We've even got the legendary Wolfman here, still in its plastic packaging. Can't remember when or how much I purchased that for. got some 8-inch figures in the back there, like that Hyper Hobby exclusive GMK Godzilla, and the standard one sitting in the back there. Aggregate Destroyer. Got the Ride Ghidorah there, the Odo Island -1 Goji here. In the front here, we just have some more, I think some Godzilla Store exclusives. I believe that Gorosaurus is a Godzilla Store exclusive. That Varan definitely is. We got some standard Movie Monster Series figures here. Again, some old, some new, most of them with tags. You can see you've got Anguirus there, and then you've got the Burning version there, which is a throwback to the Toys Dream Project set, which if you saw earlier in the video, I do have. Got some Hedoras there, Baggin sitting right there, very cool figure, love that guy. Found these in the tub as well, that was pretty cool. Can't actually remember when I got these, but they're the little Tokyo SOS just diorama sort of sets there. These buildings actually could come in pretty handy for some toy photography stuff. But that leads on into this tub here, the bottom of the tub. That's what has some more of the Tokyo SOS and other sort of figures of that era. There's also a random Jet Jaguar and stuff in there. So I do have the old vintage Batra here. That's got its stand sitting just there. As you can see, got some 2002 and 3 Godzillas here, so I believe this is the 2002 because of the no scar. Just next to him there, we've got that 2003 Godzilla with his scar there. So they're not with the Kiryu figures, unfortunately, just because there's no room. In fact, while he's out of the way, we'll move him over. We'll move the SOS Mothra. We'll get her out. Just a quick look at her. Get her out of the way. And then we'll take a quick look at this. So this here, I believe, is the same figure as the old fluffy Mothra figure, which I do actually have just over there. We'll get to that in a minute. The only difference is that the body is hard plastic. So moving these guys back over carefully, but not carefully, we have that aforementioned, still in box, old fluffy Mothra from the 1992 movie. And then right in the middle there, I'll be as careful as I can, relatively careful I should say. We have that vintage 64 Mothra from the Godzilla collection. I believe that's what this is from. You can see that figure sort of through there. Definitely a very nice figure. So a couple of rare pieces in this box, in this set. But that's pretty much it. That's all of the vinyls I have. So everything that was in those 3 tubs there, plus everything that's up here. Excuse this cloth, just do a little bit of dusting for you guys. So, do I have the biggest Godzilla collection in all of Australia? Dare I say, I think yes. I think I do. Until I am proven otherwise, I'm going to assume I do. There is a couple of people that I know that have a pretty sizable collection down here as well, but for now, I'm pretty confident in saying that yes, I do. So that's it. That's pretty much the entire collection. All that's in that cupboard are just boxes for the various articulated figures, and then I have another tub somewhere that's got Playmate figures in it, but we're not even going to bother going through those today. That's all I have for you guys. That's my entire Godzilla collection in the Godzilla room. That's DDU's entire Godzilla collection. So, let me know what you think. Which figure here is your favorite? Mine is still probably my custom DD Universe Mechagodzilla right there. But that's it. Let me know what you think. Do you have most of these figures? Are there any here that you wish you had? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until next time, catch you later.